Okay, so today we're going to look at a double connector here to put two romexes or two MC cables into one hole on a box. But before you use them, you want to look at the connector, make sure it's suitable for a romex or BX cable, whatever the case may be. Because if you use the wrong one on the romex, it can damage the conductors inside. So I'll show you how this part is used. Okay, so this piece goes into the box like this. That ring turns to the right inside to tighten, and you'll just take either a hammer and a pair of pliers and just tap that until it's tight. Okay, so the best way to get your jacket all cleaned out is get your paper here that was wrapped around the ground wire in the jacket after you pulled it back. Take the flush side of the cutters, go in like that, and clip it off so you have a nice clean end. Okay, so we got our two romexes up here. We're going to make sure our wires are flat and they're not overlapping each other going into the connector, so we'll bring it down, bring it in until the jacket is just showing in the bottom here, and we'll bring our other one in. We'll make sure our wires are all flat there. Get it around the little curve there. And we'll work our jacket down into the connector. So we got both of our jackets down into the connector about 1/4 of an inch. And we'll just turn our screw until it's just snug. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use these push-in ideal connectors. So the instructions say to strip off 1/2 of an inch and make sure your wires are straight. You don't want any bend in it. And we will strip them 1/2 of an inch. And we'll take our tape measure and measure it. As you can see, that is just about 1/2 an inch. That's what you want. So we will strip our other white wire here. Same distance, about 1/2 of an inch. And we'll strip the black wires 1/2 of an inch. And we'll measure them here. Okay, so we'll measure our wires here. 1/2 of an inch, 1/2 of an inch. That's just what you want. Okay, so next we'll clip our tail 1/2 of an inch. This is going to be the one that goes to the outlet. And again, we'll check that with our measure. 1/2 of an inch. 1/2 of an inch. So we will take and put our 3 white wires into the connector. 1. See how the copper comes up to the end there? 2. 3. And we'll do the same with the black wires. 1. 2. 'And I'll give you a close-up shot of those there. See how the insulation goes up into the bottom a little bit and the copper comes up to the ends? That's what you want. Okay, so now we can push these wires back into the box. And we will hook our ground wires together here. We'll get them, the first 2 started here. Bring our 3rd one in like this. And we'll bring our 4th one in. Wrap it around the, and we'll get them nice and evenly twisted. Cut the ends off. And now look, 1, 2, 3, 4. All our wires are even at the end, and we'll put our wire nut on. Now we're ready to hook our outlet up. We'll strip off just maybe slightly over an inch here. Now when I was a baby, I knew the white went on the silver screw and the black went on the brass screw. So we loop the wire, turn it the direction that the screw turns, and we'll close the loop. And there's a nice connection around the screw. We'll come over here the black wire. The screw is going to turn this way, so we're going to swing it around like this. Okay, I got to bring it down around there a little bit. I got to be able to get my pliers up to it. So I want to close that loop. Here we got our loop closed the direction that the screw is turning. And I fold the ground wire zigzag this way across the bottom of the box, and the black and the white up and down like this going into the box, so that the bare ground wire stays away from the terminals.